I'm leaving meeting, dude, since you're recording.
Uh, Everybody, I need cameras on.
Lights, camera, action, man.
I never liked turning my camera on.
Really?
No, I never liked it.
I don't like doing it on Zooms.
I just feel like in person, I'm obviously not gonna hide my face in class, but like
Yeah,
on Zoom, it's just like I just feel
it's
really
weird.
awkward. Like I just
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
weird.
I'm by myself in a room, but like I'm facing a camera and like I just feel very judged because somebody can be clicking on my like screen just looking at me and like there's some creeps out there, you don't know everybody in your class.
You really don't.
There's a lot of weird people, but welcome to the podcast. This is called The Intense Podcast. We're going to be talking about a variety of things today. And my name's Jacob Duke, for those who don't know, because of just our lack of just I guess like
Presence.
the lack of presence. I mean,
We've been slacking on posting.
not even that. It's just like the lack of like we don't see each other in actual like life. Like we don't come across each other at all. Like anybody in the class, it's always Zoom or we just see them in discussions. It's nothing like personally, you know what I mean?
And that's one of the points we're going to make.
That's one of the points. And we got Peyton here.
How's it going? I'm Peyton Spiegel.
That's about it. He's a simple guy. Simple, great guy. Yeah, but today, it's been a rough day. We both, I think everybody's been going through a lot, this whole past year. So, I mean, but we were going to do a project, then Peyton here got into quarantine. So the podcast would have to do because of social distancing, and we're taking that serious, just like everybody else. So well, at least most people. And we know that, I guess, Ohio State would be happy that we're doing this.
Because yeah, probably.
They would not be happy if I knew that I was with you. If you've been around COVID, I'm guessing. I don't know, unless they never did.
They probably wouldn't.
But
I don't think your family would be very happy either.
No, but we were gonna do like it was gonna be a funny project. I think it was gonna be like kind of like a short film. We had it all planned out, but that kind of turned down real fast when Peyton had his got into quarantine not too long ago. But
that's just kind of what happens, though. I mean, the project idea was a good idea too. Talking about quarantine itself and like two people meeting in quarantine and like, trying to be friends during that time where you can't leave, you can't go do anything. Yeah. So that was kind of the basic idea for the project. But of course, COVID, like it's done for all of 2020, has ruined everything.
It's ruined everything. Like even the past summer, like swimming pools, everything. Like,
oh my gosh,
it was terrible. Like, and our senior year, since we're just graduated from high school not too long ago, it was kind of sad. And like I feel more bad for the people graduating this year because the whole year was they had nothing. Like, but at least it was more like they knew what was coming.
Yeah, they knew
for us. For us, it was just out of nowhere. Like, I was literally that Friday, or was it a Friday? I don't know. For me, I think it was a Friday, and like, I didn't know that was gonna be my last day at high school. Like that was gonna be my last time sitting in that classroom. Like I remembered the announcements, like, oh, there's gonna be like 2 weeks of no school or something like that. I was happy. I was like, oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, that's great.
Then it turned into another 2 weeks, and then it turned into a couple months, and then before you know it, we're graduating in our cars. So
yeah, really, that's kind of where it all started too. Is just like our senior year, just getting like kind of demolished. Like at least towards the end of it, like it was bad. Like first part of it for me wasn't too bad, but after that it was just kind of annoying. And then summer just, I mean, it wasn't bad, but you really weren't, like the pools being closed down, a lot of stuff being closed down still. and the limitations on everything. You got to wear masks everywhere. I mean, it's really just been annoying. But another thing that was kind of annoying was the taking classes at OSUM this year, and I'm sure for every college in general, it's been kind of annoying. But for me specifically, it's been really annoying. I mean, I chose to go to OSUM mainly because I live 15 minutes from OSUM and it's really cheap. But even then, like, I know Jacob's taking a lot more online classes than I am, and having to pay like the full amount for online classes to me is some bull.
Oh, it's
it's so annoying.
They put an online fee for me. Even Penny.
Really?
Penny even said, I don't know why they would do that to you. You should talk to the people that deal with that stuff. The accountant, I don't know. You should talk to like basically the office about why they feed you to be online.
That's baloney.
All my classes are online. That's ridiculous. Like, and I'm paying over $4,000 just for all my classes to be online.
I know OSU is dirt cheap, but I go here for dirt cheap, and I expect at least the like normal amount of education somebody else would normally get. And luckily, I mean, I'm blessed that I don't have. I mean, this class that we're doing this for right now, digital media, is the only online class that I really have. And so, I mean, it's great that I've been able to do that. But for you, I mean, especially being like an engineer and going for engineering, it's very annoying, especially with math classes. It's very hard to take an online class.
It's like, I don't know. I just feel like this year, it's just been every college student, freshmen especially. It's just like, this is a weird year. Like, this is a weird introduction into like our next part, the next chapter into our lives. Like,
yeah, it is weird.
And I feel like that I'm not just trying to like single out just college, students, but like even for everybody, like this is just a weird year. And it's not just weird, but like it's just a sad year. Like with all the deaths and all that, like prayers go out to those families about like the ones that are truly affected by COVID and who have lost family members. But I've never thought I would live through something like this before. Like I never thought this would happen to me. Like when Ebola happened and all that, like I was like, oh, we
were young though. Like when was that? That had to be. I mean, we had to be in like 7th or 8th grade.
Last election.
But
but no, like it's just funny how this came out of nowhere. It was like boom, like it's just
it was so weird.
Here's a year of your life taken away. So
I know.
I've spent so much time in this room. Like
I want it to be over too. I'm like, I hope 21 brings something.
Oh.
And back to the classes thing. Imagine being a student paying like $20,000 a year, like for their classes just to all be online. There's no way I would do that. There's no way.
No.
I could not. I would never do that in my whole life. I'd rather skip a year than take all online classes.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I'm lucky to pay like $4,000. But
yeah, I know exactly. Like at least ours is like cheap, like as it is. But like, imagine if we went to like, like main campus, Ohio University, like those big campuses, and they've got they're just so expensive, and you still are taking all online classes.
Yeah, no, it's just I know like a lot of people that were gonna go to OU and they were gonna go to dorms and they got canceled. Like they couldn't go. Yeah. So they paid. I'm pretty sure they still paid for the dorms. Like I'm pretty sure because
that would be nuts.
The colleges are taking big hits. Like even
they are.
If Ohio State football didn't play, I think we would have to pay more in tuition because Ohio State football makes over 100. I think last year 130 million. And like that's not including like TV contracts and stuff. That's why like tuition's actually kind of low at Ohio State for the most part.
Yeah.
Because of that football team. And they're the main money makers of Ohio State. Like that sport is what carries Ohio State, So, but going to like just back to like Marion, I feel like we could have went to classes. Like I feel like it wasn't at the start of the
Probably.
year, it wasn't as bad in Marion, I don't think, or that might have been the time it was bad, but
I
there was a period of
It's
time.
worse now, I think. I think right now in Ohio it's worse, or at least a few weeks ago it was worse than it has been. At least we've spiked a little bit in Ohio in general. There was one point in Marion where it was really really bad. Like,
Yeah,
but I
like
think
the
that was before
prisons.
classes though. Before we had classes. So
Mm,
we probably, oh, again, I've had mostly online classes, thank God, but Jacob on the other hand hasn't. So
mhm.
I'm sure you could have had it, because I mean, we all social distance, had our masks on, did all we were supposed to do, everything we could do, anyways. I mean, it's hard to stop the spread. You can slow it down, do whatever you want, but you're not going to stop it. You can't stop it. I mean,
Mm,
even just slowing it down, it's just innate, like stopping the inevitable. Like eventually, like a lot of people are going to get it. Like
yeah.
it's just going to happen. I mean, you can prevent the people like that have autoimmune diseases and other things like that from getting it, but other people like us, I mean, if we get it, we're more than likely be fine. But like my grandma, if she gets it, that'd be terrible, or somebody else.
And no, it's COVID is the amount of times I hear about COVID every day, it's just,
It's seriously, it's getting so annoying.
it's
Can't go do anything.
I can't, I don't know. Like I care, I obviously I'm aware of, COVID. I care about like what's happening, but man, I want one day where like there's no such thing as COVID. I want
Oh
one
my,
day
I would kill for that right now.
because like I just want to live like just one day normal, just go outside without a mask on and have
Be
a normal
beautiful.
a normal day.
That'd be a perfect world, wouldn't it be?
Oh, it would. But yeah, most of my classes, with it being online, like I feel like I could be doing so much better. Like my attention span online is at like a low. Like I
Oh yeah,
cannot just sit in front of a computer screen and do school. Like I can sit
I
in
can't.
front of a computer screen for hours and do like things I like to do, but like no offense, but when it comes to school, like it's something that, I enjoy in a way, but at the same time, like I'd rather go in class because I'm forced to like sit there and
Do
focus.
something, yeah.
And like if
Whenever I would
I'm
do what sorry, but whenever I would do homework and stuff, like last year for senior year and stuff, I would literally physically go into a lab room with computers and do my work, because if I went home I would not be able to do it. I could not do my homework.
yeah, last year in high school, got my mouth full of ice. Last year of high school, I honestly it was I'm not gonna lie, like it was super easy. Like the teachers kind of like gave up, I think too.
Yeah,
Like they didn't even know what was going on. Like, and I feel so bad for the kids now because like not only like did they have to take classes online for high schoolers, and stuff like that, but there's no such thing as snow days anymore.
no,
This time of year, like I'd be
none.
so excited in high school or like even in grade school because I'm like, oh, we get the day off. Oh, like you go to Zoom, you wake up. I bet you have classes on Google Chrome, Google Classroom, or whatever
Yeah,
Carmen. I think Pleasant has Carmen now, and like
really.
a lot of high schools are getting it. Yeah, like there's different types of. I don't know if it's Carmen, but like
Canvas as a whole, they do a
yeah,
bunch of different stuff for a bunch of different uh, schools.
yeah. So I think it's just there's no such thing. Yeah, no such thing as like a day off. I
Yeah,
don't believe. So like I mean, with classes in college, I would rather be in person, but I understand the circumstances and I respect it. But at the same time, like my math class and like stuff like that, where I need to see and like I need to focus.
you need a
And
teacher to help teach
I
you.
need a teacher in person so like I can ask questions and not be like, because I
Weird.
feel so embarrassed, like in every class, to
Yeah,
unmute
that's
myself
weird.
and be like, I feel like I'm a center of attention, like even more than in a classroom setting. Like I feel like I'm just, you
It's
know,
weird.
it's I don't like it. I don't like
Yeah,
Zoom. I
me
don't like any of it. But
Well, going to some like what the future is like. 2021, like, are we still going to be doing this stuff? Like, because honestly, if this goes into next year, which would be absurd, like if next fall, like it's still going on and stuff, I don't even know what the heck to do.
I don't know either. I mean, I'm kind of nervous because I'm supposed to transfer to main campus next fall, and
Yeah.
I'm personally like I'm literally like picking up. I'm working at Amazon. I don't think I'm gonna work at the Marion Country Club anymore after this season. I'm just gonna finish this season. I'm not gonna like you know take my 2 week notice literally 3 weeks
Yeah.
before it closes.
Right before they close anyways.
There's no point. So because they close for the season at the end of the month. But I'm gonna keep my Y job. So like I mean, I'm by the time like fall hits, I'm paying for my first year at main campus, which is quite a bit of money, and
Yeah.
I would hate to spend all that money just to be down there in my dorm stuck to be taking more classes online.
Yeah. To me, it's not worth it. I'm like,
It's a gamble. Like I'm
it
literally
really is.
gambling because like I don't know. I hope that the vaccine, because I know that they are releasing it like at certain levels right now to like
Yeah.
public. So like I'm hoping by then most people have the vaccine and it's kind of safer to like be
At
out.
least like the people who are at a greater risk, like again, elderly, autoimmune diseases, respiratory disease, things like that. Like if those people get the vaccine and are clear to go do whatever, then if we get it, then we'll be fine. Like we may
For
have to
sure.
quarantine for a little bit, but at least it won't be like forever. Like we won't have to do this whole lockdown stuff forever.
Oh yeah. I think, it's just a gamble because like anything can happen at this point with
Really
like
can.
with election year and everything. It's just like it's just so the future is choppy. Like
It's super intense.
it's yeah, it
It's
is.
been. I do think though by next semester everything will be. I think everybody will be able to take more online class, not online, in person classes. So that's just like my prediction. Like, what I don't know what yours is. Whatever you think is going to happen.
I think next semester we're definitely gonna be online. I think that's just
Yeah,
gonna be a
yeah,
safety precaution because like they don't want to like go straight back into it. But I think by the fall, most classes will be in person, if
I think
not
so
like
too.
all, because we might still need to wear masks, but I think we'll be in a better spot. But this summer, I think it's gonna be kind of the same as last summer.
It might be. Yeah,
Maybe a little
just to
bit less,
control people a little bit.
maybe a little bit less strict, but like it's still gonna be like, you know,
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I doubt there's gonna be like concerts, stuff like that. Like
Probably not.
those aren't gonna happen till like next January, probably the start of
Yeah, I give it
maybe
like at
even
least
later on.
a year or two, like year and a half, like till they start doing that stuff. At least till they've got it controlled again. Which
Until like 95% of people have taken the vaccine. Like I believe there's gonna be people that are 90, they don't want to take the vaccine. There's gonna be people like
oh
that. So
yeah, there's for sure gonna. But I don't even think we'll be able to we won't really need to vaccinate a ton of because a lot of people have already had it, and they say if you've already had it, the odds of you getting it again are slim to none. Like
yeah.
you more than likely aren't going to be able to get it again just because you've developed a immunity to it. Like, and if you do get it, your body fights it off even faster than it did before. So I think by then, like we should be pretty good. Like by then, a lot of people have already had it and recovered from it. I mean, they've donated their antibodies to people just so that way it'll help develop research for it, so we understand it a little bit better. I mean, we are rapidly trying to figure this thing out as fast as possible, and I think next fall we should be good for classes in person.
Yeah, I think everything will start to kind of like lay in place, like everything will come together. But I mean, one thing I'm gonna miss about this semester in general is this class. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, actually, I enjoyed this class a lot. This was probably
I
like
did enjoy this
with the
class.
projects and everything. This is probably one of the more like fun classes because it's more like
Not so stressful,
it was
you know.
creativity. That
Yeah,
was the key, creativity, and I like that.
it wasn't just like math, like where you just are trying to figure everything out, or like a stressful class. It definitely wasn't stressful at all. And one of my favorite assignments, one that we did was the mock advertisement. I really enjoyed doing that one. Again, I get to work with you on it
Yeah,
and come up with a funny idea, which we did for the paper rose. I thought we came up with a great commercial for it.
that was funny. That was
It was fun to do. I mean, it didn't take up like a ton of time either. Like it didn't take up like 3 hours or like anything crazy. I mean, it was a fun little project to do for us too.
I did like the poster. I did a Pac-Man theme. So I mean, I tried my best. I'm not when it comes to like with like, Pixlr, Photoshop. Personally, I don't have Photoshop. That's something I do want to get eventually. But when it comes to like using like online editing tools, I'm okay to a point. Like creating something like that was like you had to literally like create something. You didn't take a picture online and add something to it. You had to like do the finer details and everything. It was so like it was a more difficult project.
Yeah, I like that one too. I when I was doing it, like when I came up with the idea for it, I really loved the movie The Pianist, and so I kind of did like a simple design for that, just a piano, like a little piano with the name pianist on top, and then Adrian Brody, which is one of the actors in it. But I was literally zooming in and fixing like pixels, like little pixels in the actual picture, trying to get it to look like as good as it could possibly get. And
Mhm.
sometimes with Pixel it would mess up and I'd get angry and have to take a 10-minute break. But it was still fun to do, and I like putting in like a little bit of effort into it to try to make it look nice.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this class a lot, and I think it was kind of like an uplifting class, like to look forward to. When it came to
Yeah,
like when it came to school, it was something to look forward to because I was like, oh yeah,
yeah,
this.
definitely.
So it was, it was something that like I enjoyed, and I'm glad I got to take this course. It was a great semester for the
It
most
has
part.
been a great semester. Yeah,
I mean, it's been okay semester. Under the
under the
circumstances,
circumstances, it's not been too bad.
it hasn't been too bad. But I mean, hopefully next year things clear up because I mean, my
I think
money's
they
on the
will.
line, and
Yeah, yeah, true.
like I'm putting a lot more money than I am this year. So um, I'm hoping that we
Really a gamble this next year.
oh, it's a big gamble. I hope I don't get charged for an online fee next year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, here's $100 online fee, added to your $20,000 tuition.
Tuition.
But
Thanks, Ohio State.
I mean, yeah, I think everything will turn out to be, it'll be okay. I think at the end of the day, we gotta have positive mindset. Everybody's just gotta follow the rules. And I mean, if everybody just follows the simple rules that the governor has put in place, it could go a lot faster. But
Yeah, we'll be fine.
there's a lot of people out there that just, that are taking it too quick. So trying to get
Yeah,
back into the normal too quick, and it's like, no, you can't do that yet.
not yet.
Um,
Takes time.
yeah, I think 2021, hopefully, it's gonna be our year.
Hopefully, it was
I say
supposed to
that
be this year, but let's hope
I,
next year's our year.
I say that every year, but um,
Uh, I really believe this year was going to be though,
I actually
and
did like
all of this crap happened.
2020, like this, the numbers in general, like it just seems such
I
a like,
know, like 2020 vision. Like,
yeah,
I mean, come on.
it just seemed like a year. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like a
Yeah,
special
like a
year.
good
I was
year, man.
graduating from high school, starting college. It just seemed like it was like a new chapter I've starting. But nope, it was just
1 year later, this next year is going to be our year.
it's gonna finally. It was on pause. That's what happened.
Right, right. I'm fast forwarding though.
Oh yeah.
I'm not even. I don't even want to go through the rest of this.
No, yeah.
Not too much longer though.
No, but
want to thank Ben for being a great teacher this year and helping us. Really appreciate it in the midst of everything that's been happening. You take your time away to teach this class to us.
yeah,
We really appreciate it.
I enjoyed this class a lot. It did help me with a lot of skills of mine when it comes to like editing and just stuff like that. I've learned a lot about my capabilities, I guess, and if that's a correct wording, on some things I could do. And like I've picked up a couple new skills on the way. So this class overall, I've enjoyed it. Thank you, Ben. Like Peyton said, we've appreciated you. You're a great teacher, great professor. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time to move into spring semester and get back on the online classes and but hopefully everything turns out 2021,
It will. It's gonna be the year.
So this has been the Intense Podcast. It's been a pleasure. This is gonna be a first podcast, but
see you guys.
see ya.